that would always be Sheena baby. Our relationship is irreplaceable. To many of you, he was Joshi, the teacher, professor, and mentor. But to me, he was more than that. Dad and I weren't always close, but over the last 5 years, our relationship couldn't have been stronger. Dad was my friend and my confidant. Dad would always listen to me no matter what I had to say and held many of my secrets. There were so many times when I wouldn't always get to sit and talk with Dad, but if I was struggling or having a bad day, Dad somehow knew. He would call or text me with a poem or a Bible verse, or just leave a message and tell me if I needed anything, he was there to talk. I'll miss sitting in coffee shops and in diners till late in the evening talking to him, doing homework, and watching him write. My dad always cared so much for Stephen and I. One of the best ways Dad showed that to us was by staying close. Despite the fact that my parents weren't together, he would still come to our home for holidays and birthdays. He never missed one. Our family situation wasn't ideal, but Mom and Dad made it work. 2 moments that stand out the most to me. The first was in 2009 when I was in boarding school. Mom, Dad, and Stephen drove up to Death Valley to see me. We were all together as a family once again. That meant the world to me. Little did I know that would be one of the last times the 4 of us would be together again. Years passed and I never thought that I would experience that. Then this past year when Dad had a close call, all 4 of us were able to see each other one last time. I will always hold that moment so close to my heart. It didn't matter what had transpired between the 4 of us. We were always a family, and Dad always honored that. My father always told me that no matter what happened, Dad would always be Dad and Mom would always be Mom. Together they loved Stephen and I unconditionally. This past year I had my daughter Eden, and the time he spent with her brought him much joy. The last time I saw my dad, our friend took us to Starbucks and Dad just spent hours with Eden. I had never seen him smile so much. He was blessed to experience being a grandfather, and that is something that I wish my daughter will cherish when she gets older. My dad extended himself to so many others who benefited from his close mentorship. My dad was a powerful speaker and a passionate writer. Dad taught us to remember our roots and to respect ourselves and others. He told us to find something we love to do and follow our dreams, and then pay it forward by lending our time and our talent in service to others. He told us to follow our dreams. My dad's legacy is left in his teachings and his writings that he has shared with us over time. My father never gave up, even at times when all odds were against him. He was dedicated to what he loved and was a fighter all the way to the end. Dad always stood up for what he believed in. These last months, Dad continued to teach and bless everyone around him. Dad's faith in the Lord is something that I admire so much. He knew the scripture better than anyone I know. The way he spoke and prayed was always with so much purpose and so much passion. Dad and I spoke about difficult things, mainly about his passing. He told me he wished to go peacefully and in a prayerful state, and he did just that. Dad's long suffering is now over, and he is now with the Lord looking down on all of us. I imagine him still writing and playing his harmonica, looking down at us and singing. God saw he was getting tired and a cure was not to be. So he put his arms around him and whispered, "Come with me." With tearful eyes, we watched him suffer and saw him fade away. Although we loved him dearly, we could not make him stay. A golden heart stopped beating, hard-working hands put to rest. God broke our hearts to prove to us he was only taking the best. God needed a hero, and he chose my father. Thank you.
Hello.